Yo, this is the T-Bass and Shamar show. We here, just coming in, checking in with you. Just wanted to get back to you. Today we're gonna be just talking about some little NBA hoops. The play-in is starting. Dubs play tonight. I got on my trophy hunting hat because that's what we trying to do. We trophy hunting.
I'm not mad at them for trophy hunting.
Trophy hunting, and yeah, man.
I can't lie. I was dodging.
Oh yeah.
I was dodging. I was watching that Clipper Golden State game, and I don't generally go for the Clippers.
Right.
Clippers are the little brother.
Right.
Like I hardly ever say, "Yay, Clippers!"
Right. 100%.
But I like Golden State better than the Clippers. Yeah. But I didn't want to see Golden State the first round. Absolutely not.
So we was kicking it this weekend. Every Laker fan was saying that. And you know how my position was. My position was, no, that's a great way to open up the playoffs. Let's go in and get the two veterans in there, and then one of them gonna be gone, and then the other veteran will just continue on.
Nah.
Yeah, and I know. But see now I got the harder road.
Yeah,
I got the harder road.
Yeah.
No, because listen, you got to win tonight. You don't win tonight. Then you got to play another game to even make it in, and then you got to open up against OKC. That's a possibility.
Now, it's a harder road if they lose tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if you lose tonight,
right,
then you would have played the game to get into the playoffs against Clippers, and you lost.
Right.
Then you would have to play another game to get seeding, and then you lost.
Right.
And then you win. Say you win. And then you go on the road to Houston.
No, you go on the road. You would go on the road to OKC.
Oh, you go on the road to OKC.
You go on the road to OKC.
Oh, that would be terrible.
So it's a must win tonight for the Dubs.
Now then you get Houston if you win.
Right, and then if the Dubs win tonight, then you got Houston, which I'm afraid of them too.
I think y'all can beat Houston.
I think we can, but listen, we don't know.
Of course not.
And listen, they're the 2 seed, and at some point, the youngsters is going to take out the veteran. That's what's going to happen eventually.
Yeah. I mean, because that's how Golden State started their dynasty. The youngsters took over the veteran. Right. But it took a minute. Because they lost a couple first. So I remember them playing the Spurs in the playoffs and dunking in them, kind of knocking them out with Ginobili and all of them. So it took Golden State a couple of years to kind of like get
emerge. No,
and so that's why I figured with Houston it'd take them a second.
Yeah.
I'm kind of disrespectful with Houston right now in the sense of this.
I got you.
I like the players.
Uh-huh.
They got a bunch of players that I do like.
I don't know their team really that well.
I know like Jalen Green and what's the youngster Smith? I think his name is. They got another youngster Thompson, and they're decent. They got Van Vliet, which is a guard out of Toronto.
I've been watching Van Vliet and Green. I'm familiar with.
Right, and then you got old boy from Memphis, the light skinned cat that was infamous for guarding LeBron James. And
got him.
Right. So they got a squad.
Yeah.
Their center is pretty decent.
Yeah.
That if there was anything that I would say that would caution me about Golden State with Houston would be to hit the center position.
Okay.
Unless you play what's his name? It's not Looney. What's his name? The main center.
Who is our main center?
The same guy that's been there since forever.
Who?
It's not Looney.
No, it is Looney. I think it's Looney. I think it's Looney.
Is that his name?
Yeah, Looney, and then we got the other younger kid.
Yeah, so
the younger
so
kid.
Looney's got to be.
Yeah,
he's got to.
We got some bigs we could throw at him. We got some bigs that we could throw. Porzingis is really going to have to play well, bro. Like, and I've been on Porzingis' head this season. I'm like, Porzingis, you didn't miss another 3. That kind of thing. Buddy Hield got to step up.
Buddy Hield, he has got to step up, and they got to play Kuminga.
He bricked that 3 that he took. He bricked.
That was a bad brick.
It was just a brick, bro. Just bam. I was like, damn, Buddy Hield, you ain't. I actually felt like Moses Moody should have been taking that shot. That's the thing about Steve Kerr, bro. Sometimes I'll be looking at his rotations like, dude, what are you doing? Like, Like to me, Buddy Hield has been playing like that all year, and it's like, but Moses Moody been knocking it down. So to me, he should have been the guy to take that shot, but he's on the sideline.
Is Kuminga hurt?
No, Kuminga playing. Or I haven't. The last time did he play the last game? I didn't. Okay, so I don't know what's going on with Kuminga.
I'm trying to figure that out. I'm like, you guys are losing. Why?
Right.
Why are you not playing Kuminga right now? Is he injured?
Some of it could be Steve Kerr in his rotations. I was just at the what
Clippers?
Yeah, the Clippers. What's the name of their stadium?
Not Intuit.
Intuit Dome.
Intuit?
I was just at the Intuit Dome. The sis was in town. Me and the Honda went. And yeah, we went and I literally just watched the Clippers beat Houston. It was cool. It was a good game. The Clippers handled them that night. It wasn't even close, bro. It was like,
how long ago was that?
That was last Wednesday, some shit like that.
Because Houston may have been not playing their players.
No, I think
because they've already got the second seed. Yeah, they're like a few games ahead.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know their team, so I don't know who their players are.
I know that they got a young squad that's real good. I want to say they got like Jabari Smith or something like that. I forget his name.
They're young and athletic.
They're real young. We'll see.
We'll see. No, listen, but but they're dangerous too. So sometimes when they're young, they're dangerous. So we're gonna see. I think we could pull it out though.
Because I think if the Lakers win, because they get Minnesota,
right? If
the Lakers win and Golden State win, I think they meet each other in the second round.
That'd be nice.
That would be nice.
That'd be good.
Classic.
Because it's a good warm up to the Western Conference Championship.
And I'm not so sure what, as a fan, what I really want. Like, so
I know what I want.
Realistically, you want, as a Laker fan, you want them to beat Minnesota, and you want Houston to take care of Golden State for you because you know the Lakers is going to smack Houston.
Right.
In my mind, the Lakers are smacking Houston.
No. I see the Lakers beating Houston.
Right, but Golden State in the second round, that's a bird of a different color right there.
Listen, bro. I always, even though I deal with fandom, I'm also a realist too. If the Lakers are playing their best basketball, I see the Lakers beating Golden State too.
I can see that, but then Golden State is playing good basketball.
But even if we're playing good basketball, I still think if the Lakers are playing their best basketball, the Lakers are going to win that.
I think that the Lakers, in terms of the whole team, has a more talented team.
Right, they're deeper, bro.
They're a little deeper.
They're a little deeper.
But you guys can catch fire though. You got Curry.
I've been saying this for the last 2 years. We've been talking about it for the last 5 years. The key to the Lakers is when you guys are knocking down your 3-point shots consistently and timely, you're damn near unbeatable. I don't think anybody in the NBA can beat the Lakers. Now, if you're not doing that well or you're average with it, you're beatable.
Right. I think that part, hitting the threes and consistently playing defense. Not getting tired out, having to play the same defense that you've been playing for the last 20 or so games.
And when the Lakers are clamping down,
that's when they're dangerous.
That's when it's like you losing by 20 that night. You losing by 20 that night.
If they're holding you under 105,
which rarely happens in today's NBA.
But if they're able to do it, you're in trouble.
Remember back in the days when the scores used to be 88 points?
Right.
Like 88 points?
Right. Because the defense was so much different.
Yeah.
You're allowed to play a more physical brand of basketball.
Right.
And I think, that's the difference between our time and the time now in terms of basketball. It was just a lot more physical.
Yeah.
In nature, and so that produced a lot of lower scores.
Okay, so let's go down. Let's go down the road a little bit. So who do you have coming out of the West, representing the West?
Lakers and Celtics, bro. That's the whole.
Okay?
I tell you right now, right off top, Lakers, Celtics.
Okay,
That's what I see.
What I can see that also. Like realistically, I can see that also. I definitely have the Celtics coming out of the East. They're the defending champions. They got a solid squad, and I think they want to shut people up because people are like, man, you guys are not as good as Cleveland. And they're like, no, we're the Boston fucking Celtics. I think that we're going to beat anybody. So that's how I feel about the East. And then the West, of course, I want to see the Dubs there. I think it's a long road for the Dubs. I think the Dubs have to play their best basketball. I think they got to find good, like Curry got to dig deeper than he's ever dug before.
Did you ever find out if Jimmy Butler is okay?
I haven't looked, bro. I haven't looked.
Man, because I was 2 days ago. I was like, oh, that looked deep. He got hit in the leg.
No, I know. I saw it. I watched the play.
Ooh, I was like, dude, that's that type of thing that lasts until the next day or two.
I watched the play, but I'm gonna watch tonight. The minute I get off, I'm jumping the car. I'm gonna be home by 7:00.
So, what's your prediction is?
I think we win tonight.
No, in the ship.
The whole ship. I can't call the whole. I don't even want to make that prediction now, bro. I got to see how people play in the playoffs. That's always trophy hunting. That's always the goal, right? But can I see Boston raising the championship? Yes, I can.
I hope not.
Can I see? Of course. Can I see the Lakers hoisting the championship? Yes, I can. Can I see OKC?
Yeah.
Hoisting. I can't see OKC hoisting it. You know why? And this is the only thing, only because of their youth. Only because of their youth. That's the only reason why I can't see hoisting it.
I can see him doing it. Right. But I could also see Golden State hoisting it.
But then again, I can also see Golden State, although I'm like, I don't know if this is a championship year from us.
I think it's a championship year if Draymond Green plays championship basketball.
And
I already know that Curry and Butler gonna show up.
And the others. I think that this championship with Golden State, if they could get it, is all about the others, bro. Yeah. It's about the main players too, the main, the usual suspects. But I really think it's about the others. I think it's about Porzingis. No, bro, you got to have a great playoff run this year.
Yeah,
Buddy
Hield, you got to come up.
Kaminga,
you got to come up.
Moses Moody, you got to come up.
Yeah, for real.
Looney, like if everybody. But I think if everybody pitches in, they can hoist the trophy too.
Oh, absolutely. I can see. I can see Cleveland.
Yes,
because of Donovan Mitchell. Of course.
And the ball that they've been playing all year long.
They've been playing good ball.
Yeah.
But my experience says I ain't never seen you guys win a ship other than with LeBron James.
Right.
You guys have hardly ever been relevant other than LeBron James. I can remember back when you guys had Greg Elo and Brad Doherty and all them guys, and you were somewhat good. But
I take it back. Wasn't KJ a calf?
Kevin Johnson, was he a calf? I know he was a son, but he might have been a calf at one point.
I think he was he a son or a calf?
I know he was a Phoenix Sun, Kevin Johnson.
I think he was
because he played with Charles Barkley and Dan Marley in them.
Yeah, and I think that was later. I think that was after he had left Cleveland. I think he was a calf.
He might have been. Because I don't know. Pre-Kevin Johnson Suns. I don't really know where he played.
Well, and so KJ was a Bay Area dude.
Was he now?
Yeah, he went to Cal.
I didn't know that.
KJ came out of Cal.
Kevin Johnson was nice.
Yeah, came out of Cal.
For those of you out there that are too young to know who Kevin Johnson is, Google, YouTube, watch highlights. Brother was tight.
Stupid
nice.
Yeah, just game.
Yeah, he's one of those guards that I would consider. He had a Hall of Fame career to some degree. He didn't win championships, but he was nice.
Well, guess what? And unfortunately, he didn't win a championship because there was still that pesky guy named Michael Jordan.
That guy
who denied everybody.
That guy,
like Michael was just like, ain't nobody get nothing.
Right? He was stingy.
He was. He was so stingy. He'd take a penny and rip it in half. That's how stingy he was, bro.
He was stingy. He was not letting nobody else win ships.
Mike was like, I don't care.
Right.
I don't.
So what you heard?
Listen, Mike a yak on you and then on the floor on you.
Like Draymond did to old boy a couple years ago.
Damn, Michael Jordan. Was you like that in college, bro?
Oh, he was like that in college.
Was you like that in college, Mike? Bro. I don't know, but I know I know the Mike that I know was like just, man, you standing in the middle of the floor, nose to nose with a dude. Oh yeah.
That's what I like about this year's playoffs is that not all the teams are extra friendly.
Right.
Like LeBron and Curry and Green, they're all pretty friendly and they know each other, but they battle. Yeah. They battle. But you get some of these teams back in the day, like these last 10 years, be a little too friendly for me. And now this year is like a bunch of funk players want that ship.
No, that's good. Hey, so I got a funny Michael Jordan story. I do. So this weekend we all kicking it. We all kicking it over Largemont. Yale is there. And like
LeBron James,
LeBron James, and I respect it.
Yeah, I respect it too. I can't.
So Phil pulls up. My boy Phil pulls up, right? And Phil got on the Jordan T-shirt. Now Phil had just left working out. I'm like, Phil, do you ever stop working out, bro? Like, and Phil pulls up. I don't even think it was intentional, or maybe it was. we talked about it. We laughed about it, and so I was like, so Yale was like, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, and we just kind of laughed about it. Right? And then I showed Phil a nice Jordan piece that I got. So I got a nice like green joint. And actually, I got this T-shirt to honor Peyton in the Bay Area, and it's a picture of Gary Payton's. He's turned to the back, and Michael Jordan is coming around him, like off a screen or something. It's like he's trying to go through Peyton. It's a nice T-shirt. So I was like, damn, this thing got two of my favorite players. I got GP on this, so I can honor GP, and I got Michael Jordan on this. So yeah, this is nice.
Gary Payton was nice.
Yeah, Gary Payton was nice.
That team, he was Seattle Supersonics. I would like to see Seattle get a basketball team.
Yeah. That would be yeah.
I feel that's a disservice to basketball to not have Seattle as a basketball destination.
I was, when I was younger, when I was still playing basketball competitively and stuff like that, I probably went in my seventh grade or something like that, 6th, 7th grade, and Gus Williams, the Wizard, was playing for Seattle. He had left, I think, the Washington Bullets and then going to Seattle. Jack Sigma.
Oh man, Sigma was nice.
Jack Sigma.
You the one with that? Yeah. Sigma was nice.
Yeah, Sigma, and then of course the GP and the Sean Kemp era.
Right.
So yeah.
I went to a couple of those games in that era.
Oh man, I would have loved that experience.
It was nice to watch.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Kemp and I'm sure. Perkins.
Yeah.
And Gary Payton, Detlef Schrempf. All them dudes was nice.
Yeah, that's back in the days when who was the rapper out of Seattle back then?
Sir Mix-a-Lot?
Sir Mix-a-Lot. Yeah. My posse's on Broadway. Right? My posse's on Broadway.
Yeah. I like big butts in the camera.
Yeah, the Seattle boys.
Yeah,
but Seattle dudes, they wore the tails, wore the raccoon tails.
Right.
That was one of their hairstyles,
Man, so you're not calling it just yet. You're gonna wait till the playoffs start.
I can't call it just yet. Of course, I want the Warriors to hoist the trophy and surprise everybody. And Steph Curry is standing up there. Yeah. Y'all didn't think one more. That's 5. Of course I want to see that. But
so you're gonna be trying to get home quick tonight.
Oh, quick tonight.
Man, I would try to get you over, but it's our anniversary, so I got to go home.
Yeah, nah.
But I'll be looking at it though, because I do want Golden State to make the playoffs.
Of course,
I'm not that type of hater.
Of course,
right. I like Curry. Right. I've grown to like him more. I've always liked him since Davidson.
Okay, got you.
I was only hating on him
I didn't even know. My cousin put me in on the loop on it.
Oh man, I watched him in Davidson when he went to the tournament. Was doing the same thing, watching him from forever.
Right.
And I've always liked Curry. I've always liked Thompson. I can't say that I was the biggest Golden State fan because I always came off as a Golden State hater. But I watch them.
No, you really didn't come off as a Golden State hater. You came off as a basketball mind.
I'm a Golden State antagonist.
Oh, wait, no, listen.
Antagonize.
No, this is who you are. I'm gonna define you right now. I'm cool with everybody until you gotta come up against the Lakers, and then it's just business. It's just business. That's how I would define Mike Anthony. It's just business. It's just business. Like, come on, man. Like, we're the greatest dynasty to exist
in basketball.
Basketball.
I'm cool with I don't even hate the Celtics like I used to.
I know. I get you.
I hated the Celtics, and now that I'm looking at it, I don't think that I ever really hated the Celtics as a team. I didn't like Larry Bird and the rest of those guys that was playing back then. Robert Parrish and McHale. Those dudes was nasty, bro. That was mean.
I didn't like them because I was a Sixer fan, but I most definitely respected what Boston had.
They commanded respect.
I was like, bro, they got squad.
Super squad.
And then Robert Parrish was an ex-Warrior.
Man.
We sent Robert Parrish to Boston. And so, the Chief, I was like, damn, the Chief hella stoic. He don't say nothing, but he bought up. And then actually on that squad, my favorite player was actually Kevin McHale, because Kevin McHale didn't look like he just like a big old lurch.
Just big square.
He had that baseline jumping, bro.
Man.
You know who he built like? You know who Kevin McHale was built like? He wasn't even built like an American man, bro. He was built like an English dude. You ever seen English man? That's what he looked like, an English dude. And so
I think Lurch is perfect. Is that the guy on what's that show with the Addams Family?
Yeah.
When he comes to the door, he's like,
man, I was like, Kevin McHale used to shoot. He would raise up. It was just, and it didn't look like he would hit it, bro, but he's just knocking them down.
I hated that team.
I hated them because guess what? I'm a Dr. J fan. We always had to go through Boston.
Oh man, that team
had to go through Boston,
and they was nasty. They was talking shit.
They had to be
talking.
Yeah. You had to be talking big stuff to bring Dr. J out of his person
and choke him, man. Was it Larry, right?
It was Larry.
What did Larry say to Doc
that got him like
he
that?
He called him something.
He said something.
And we know Larry talked good stuff.
And so I worked at BART before. I worked at Bay Area Rapid Transit before I came down to LA. And one of the dudes in the office had that picture on his wall. It was funny. I was like, yeah, I remember that.
It was funny about those days is that what happened in the second quarter?
Right.
Everybody stays in the game.
Right. Nobody.
The person that got choked and the person doing the choking stays in the game.
I can't front, bro. I look at some old NBA footage. And
that was foul.
And I'm just like, this is just barbaric.
It is.
This is barbaric.
Because I was watching one of those shows that Henry always tell me to watch. It's one of these podcasts that I forget the name. It'll hit me in a minute, the name of the cat that does the podcast. But they was asking that Swaggy P is on this podcast, and he was asking the question to Tim Hardaway. Mm-hmm. And Tim Hardaway came on and he was telling Jennings, like, look, dude, you was too small. In our era, we would have just posted you up. We would have just basically beat you up.
Right.
And then he was like, and back in the day, Swaggy, you wouldn't have lasted.
Right.
You would have been definitely dominated.
Right.
And so then Swaggy asked the question, he was like, well, how is that at all good basketball, that penitentiary style basketball?
Right.
And I'm thinking, in my mind, I'm like, I could see that question coming from a guy today.
Bully ball.
It was bully ball back then, but the game was different because it was from the big man out. Now it's from the guard in.
Well, listen, and so that's that. It all depends on what kind of basketball you're talking about. When you talk about basketball is a skills game.
Yeah,
basketball is a skills game. So no, some of that stuff is illegal. But then again, if you look at the history of basketball was physical too.
And it started off as a physical sport. It was never a finesse sport.
It was never a finesse sport. At first. It became a finesse sport. And then we got, into bully ball. And now it's, to me, the modern era of basketball is how basketball should be played.
I like the new style,
right?
In terms of the game, I think it's better for the game.
It's weird to me. Because
the only thing is I don't like all of the non-calls.
Check it, and it's this part too. It's weird to me for a dude to be on a fast break
and go out to the 3-point line
and throw a pass out instead of trying to dunk on the dude or complete the layup and throw a pass out to a dude to shoot a 3-point thing. That to me, or a big man, he's in the middle of the key, and instead of him sky hooking or whatever, he throw it out to shoot a 3-point. So that part of the game to me is just kind of weird,
frustrating.
But when I did the reading on basketball, that's actually originally how it was played in the 20s, 30s, and 40s.
They would spread it out.
It was a perimeter game.
Yeah, they would spread it out,
right?
So that because you can't have everybody in the key,
right?
Because it's hard to score. So they would spread it out and pass it around.
Yeah.
And they dribbled less and passed more.
Right.
Yeah. It was a different game, more physical. I love the way that the game is being played now. The only thing that I really don't like is all of the traveling that they don't call.
Oh yeah,
like it's horrendous.
Yeah, bro.
This thing got ridiculous.
Right.
Like guys are literally taking 4 and 5 steps.
And that's illegal.
Like, and we're not talking about 2.5. We're talking about 4 and 5 steps.
Yeah, that's illegal, bro.
It's like, come on,
that's
now.
Not a good shot.
That's not basketball.
Right.
And there's a lot of points scored right now off of traveling.
Right.
I'm like, dude, there's a whole lot of guys. LeBron, he's egregious for it. Curry's egregious for it. Harden started all that triple step back crap.
Right.
And I mean, that part is the part that
you see it on dunks. You see it on dunks. You see it, guys are going down to do it on a fast break. They traveling on the dunk.
No, man. I seen a guy literally take 4 steps from the 3-point line, ended up with a dunk. And you're like, come on now. Right. That's not even realistic. Like, come on now. Come on, ref. You're looking dead at the man. The man that took 4 steps from the 3-point line. Right. Like, let's clean this up some. Yeah. But I love the game. I love the way it's going. I like the way it's played. I like the youngsters that's bringing it up.
Yeah, it's exciting, bro. It's exciting. I watched I caught up on my college basketball this year. I watched a bunch of the women play.
I did too.
I was into that. That shit.
I just saw
UConn squad.
Paige Beckers. Yeah, she just got picked yesterday or today.
That UConn squad. Them girls was
balling. Yeah.
I watched when they first opened up. They they scored like 100 on them. I was like, damn, they just running them out the gym.
Yeah.
Bro. And and then I watched the men. And Houston won it, right?
Oh, the guys?
Yeah.
Florida
won it.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought
Houston was winning and Florida came back.
Okay, and so Florida won the national championship. And
I didn't even know Florida had a good squad like that until I saw the tournament.
Dude, but I watched that dude. I watched the national championship, and that was dope. I was like, no, this is good. So I was in seventh heaven right there, bro. Yeah, we just wanted to catch up with y'all.
You know?
Everybody. Good luck, Golden State. Good luck, Golden State.
Good luck to you guys.
Yeah. And, good luck to your boys. However it pans out, man, I'm winning because I like the Lakers too, and I like Golden State. But I want that ship.
You should want that ship.
I want that ship.
And honestly, I don't want to run from Curry and them. I kind of want the Lakers to get them and go through them.
Right.
And then go through OKC,
Michael.
Like go through the whole hard road and get there, and then go through the Celtics. So that way, it's a legit.
If we lose to y'all, I'm telling you now, I'm gonna be hurt. I'm gonna be hurt just because I'm like, damn, I'm losing to the Lakers again.
This is what I would say. Losing to Golden State, I wouldn't be hurt. I'd be a little upset because the Lakers lost.
Right, of course.
But if they're going to lose, I don't mind them losing to Golden State.
Right.
If Golden State goes on to win.
Right.
Like, if they beat the Lakers, I would like to see them go on to win.
Oh my God, I'm going to be hurt.
But one thing I don't want, everybody in the West, please don't let the Celtics get another ship. Not trying to have that. The Lakers would be 2 ships down.
Right.
Although I know the Lakers will eventually get those 2 ships because they are the Lakers. That's what they do.
Right.
But let's get these Celtics, man. I ain't with that. I like some of the guys that are currently on the Celtics.
Right.
But I don't want to see them as an organization
the East.
get past the Lakers. So
So we're gonna end on California love.
Yes, sir.
California love.
What's the motto?
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, everybody.